Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Magic. I hope you guys are doing well. But today we're going to be doing a reading on NBA Youngboy. His real name is Kentrell Deshaun Galden. I hope I'm saying that right. Kentrell Deshaun Galden. So I don't want to get into anything technical, but I just want to see what the cards or what Spirit has to say about what's really going on with NBA Youngboy right now in his life, with his career. And, just what kind of space and what kind of energy he's in right now in his life. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about Kentrell Deshaun Galden, aka NBA Youngboy? What's going on with him right now in his life? What's going on right now with him in his career? Oh, okay. A whole lot. A whole lot. A whole lot. He's at a point where, he kind of really feels alone, and he's trying to figure out why his life has come to the point of where it is right now. He's doing a lot of self-reflection. He's doing a lot of inner work. He's doing a lot of growth. And he's really just kind of transforming himself in the way that he really does things. He's really trying to get grounded, and just really kind of find himself, his true self. So I definitely feel like that's what everyone is going to really be seeing through his music and through his artwork and through his self-expression, is that him, just kind of going deep within and kind of expressing what it is that he's feeling inside, what it is that he's gone through, and what it is that's really kind of made him who he is today. I feel like, what everybody has seen NBA Youngboy to be in the past is not necessarily truly himself, and I really feel like he's coming back to himself and trying to discover who Kentrell really, really is, what he really, really represents, and what he really, really stands for. And I feel like there's going to be a shift, which I believe everybody's already seen. I think there's going to be more of a shift in what you see from him musically and personally. Definitely, he got some things in his life that he's going to have to, kind of do by the book, or else he's going to see himself back in the same situation again. And I think that's why he's in a place of self-reflection, because he knows that the shit that he's done in the past has gotten him into some shit. And when we don't do things by the book, we end up having to repeat our mistakes, not learning from them. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to get into any more legal trouble. So he's definitely trying to figure out, damn, the shit that's got me in trouble that I've done in the past, I can't repeat this no more. You know what I mean? Because this has gotten me into a dead space within myself. It's becoming like a burden, like a dead weight on him personally. It's a lot more than what I feel that people can really see, because we don't know him personally, but he is really going through a lot of different things. And you'll definitely, if you're like a fan of his, be able to see that in his music. I personally don't listen to a lot of his music, but I'm pretty sure his fans can kind of understand where I'm coming from with this. And he's definitely at a point where he's trying to count his blessings. I feel like in the past, he hasn't been able to do that. I think he's taken his life for granted, and I feel that, he didn't really appreciate how far he's come in his life. And he's definitely not in a place of regret, you know what I mean? Because he definitely, you know, um, enjoyed his life up until this point, you know what I mean? But it's just like things that, and just like you and I, things that we've done in the past that we've taken for granted, you know what I mean? We just kind of lived life and enjoyed life and done stupid shit, but never really appreciated what we had and where we came from. We just kind of enjoyed the fruits of that, without really being appreciative or giving thanks to that. And I feel like he's in a point where he is really kind of like just in a place of renewal, and really realizing some of the mistakes and some of the things that he's done and some of the like the people and situations and blessings that he's taken for granted. And this regeneration card, I feel like this is life after going through a struggle. And I feel like he's been through a lot of stuff, and that stuff that he's been through, all that shit that he's been through, is like fertilizer. It's like soil for him to like grow anew from and have like a new beginning. And I think that's what this regeneration card is representing. You see how like the sun or like the rain is watering this plant that seems to have looks like rock and like lava underneath it, but there's like this beautiful blue like plant that has like leaves, green leaves coming out of it. This is like a new life, a new lease on life, a new chance, you know what I mean, to kind of like do things right. And I feel like he's been given an opportunity to do that. And I really don't think that he wants to mess that up. I'm thinking that he's getting the help that he needs. You know what I mean? I think he's definitely getting the help that he needs from, different sources, different people. You know what I mean? He's probably even like going through some type of therapy. I feel like this is always like my therapy card, like talking to someone. It could be a mentor, it could be a therapist, or whatever the case may be. But definitely there are people in his corner who are supporting him and helping him out. Like there's somebody that he like is expressing himself to, and this person is really, really like supporting him. I don't pick up like family, like kin, but definitely this could be a friend or a mentor who really is kind of like helping him out and kind of helping him mature as a person and as a man. So this card to me, and with this card, he's on a time out for sure. And this is almost like, being grounded and kind of being in a position to be humbled, and we all know he's like on house arrest. So I think this is like the point where he is chilled here. He is forced to be stabilized here. You know what I mean? And this atmosphere is forcing him into this scenario where he has like this self realization of everything that he's been through, and the things that that he needs to like kind of like put a stop to in order for him to really grow. So we'll pull from these cards over here. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell us about NBA Youngboy? I also feel like he's not keeping a lot of like people around him. You know what I mean? Like I feel like there's no place like home. He's keeping the people around him that he can trust the most. I feel like there's been a lot of people that he hasn't been able to trust, and I just feel like sometimes, like, all the drama and being in the news and just like the drama that comes with being in the spotlight and his career, it sometimes is suffocating and it's overwhelming and it changes you as a person. And sometimes you need a break from that. Sometimes you need to regroup from that and ground from that and just try to figure out, like, who are you? You know what I mean? Who are you really? And what else do you want to bring to this world? And really kind of recognizing what type of people he really keeps around him. I really think that that's like a point. He's at a point where he is really concerned about the people that he keeps around him, like the company he keeps. Like, there are some people around him that have been fake, that have been riding on his coattail, that have been around him just because of the opportunity, and he realizes that. And he's at a point where he kind of wants to be alone, and not necessarily alone, but away from all of that, so he can actually figure himself out. You know what I mean? Figure himself out and really kind of see who is really on his team, who's really there for him, who really supports him, who really like sees him for who he really is and not for what he can offer to other people. All right. Spirit, what else can you... Also, he really don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? He doesn't care what people think about him at all. Especially when it comes to his creativity and what it is that he wants to put out there for the world to see. He's like, if y'all can't take him for who he is, then fuck y'all. Because y'all never really rode for him to begin with. If y'all switch up as soon as he expresses his true self. That's what I feel like these two cards are. You know what I mean? I see these as middle fingers, right? And to me, this is like, fuck the world, you know what I mean? And he don't really give a fuck what people really think of him or what people take away from his music or how he like represents himself right now. Yeah, I'll keep shuffling. Keep going. Okay. Yeah, look at that shit. Like, he's definitely in a place where like, I feel like he's haunted by his past. He really, really is haunted by his past. Like, there are some times that he just, it's like one of those things where, like, demons, you know what I mean? Not to say that they're bad, but when people think about their personal demons, you know what I mean? That's what he's dealing with. His own personal demons that he's trying to battle. You know what I mean? This is this card right here. This is this card right here. This is major, major guilt of some shit that he's done in the past. And he's really trying to change. This is the environment around him. You know what I mean? And he's not trying to be like everybody else. He's really trying to be uniquely himself. And it's really kind of hard because everybody expects these, like, what are these, sheep? Everybody expects these sheep out of him. But this is what he is trying to become. Or this is what he's trying to express. Something new, something different. And he just doesn't want to be, that person that he used to be in the past. And here's this comparison card. This is him comparing his old self to his new self. He's at a point where he's like, it's a self-reflection, like he has nothing but like these thoughts of where he's constantly like reevaluating himself, being aware of himself, being aware of his past, you know what I mean? And just being aware of like who he wants to become. Like, this is the old him, this is the new him, and he's just like constantly looking back at it. And that's a reminder that he doesn't want to go there anymore. Because you see, this tree over here, it's rugged, it's dark, it's like almost scabbed up, you know what I mean? And he's at a point of where he's trying to kind of really remove those scabs and have like this nice soft green outer layer, you know what I mean? It's growth, it's personal growth. Also, there's people that he's wronged in the past. There's people that he's wronged in the past. There's people that he's done some kind of like shady shit to in the past. And it is really fucking with him. It is fucking with him. It's eating him up inside. You know. And that's another kind of reason why he's trying to change himself. Look at that. So you got the burden card. And you got this suppression card. These are all cards of like bondage. This is like, it's kind of sad because this is like a personal hell. You know what I mean? This burden is like the weight of, I want to say, the things that he's done in his past to that has caused him to be living out these circumstances that he's in right now. This is the industry, you know what I mean? These are his haters. This is like all the shit that he's done. This is like the cross that he has to bear right now at this point in his life. And it is definitely burdensome. It's like, it's a lot. He's going through a lot. This suppression, you see these chains, these ropes and stuff like that. This is him trying to get himself out of his own personal hell. Like, he's gotten himself into some shit that he's trying to get out of. He is trying to get himself out of. And it's a struggle every day. Every day. Okay, let me see. What? Let's move on to this. Oh, I did that before. What's this trying to come out? Nah, stay there. Let's move on to this deck. Pull some tarot cards. See what we get out of this. I think musically, yeah, he's definitely working on something musically. And I feel like when it comes out, it's going to be like one of his best works. I think he's really going to come out with some music that's really gonna fucking hit. I really do. I really do. Let's see. Maybe we can ask. So what's going on with NBA Youngboy's love life? What's going on with NBA Youngboy's love life? What's going on with NBA Youngboy's love life? Oh. To be honest, I feel like okay, for one, I feel like he's a lot more focused on new opportunities when it comes to making money versus actual love. I feel like there's people around him, but I feel like he's more into his creativity and his art right now and really kind of like discovering himself, you know. Yeah, I feel like, okay, there might be 3 people involved. Yeah, there's another one. 3 people involved. Um, I feel like there's gonna be some truth that comes out when there's some truth that's going to come out that he's gonna learn some lessons from. These could be three women. Three women. There's one woman that's older than the other two, but there's one woman I feel like that hides a lot of shit. That hides a lot of shit and don't really love him. You know what I mean? Don't really have feelings for him. That don't really care for him. I don't know if this is the main woman in his life right now or if this is a past person. But I definitely feel like he's tired of, he gonna have to make a choice between like a couple of people. You know what I mean? But there's gonna be some lessons that come out of this. There's gonna be some lessons that come out of this. There's going to be some secrets. There's going to be some lessons. There's going to be a whole lot of shit that's going to come out of this. And I feel like this has to do with new, old people that he's going to have to make a decision about. Like at one point, I feel like all of this is just going to come to a head and he's going to have to make a decision. But I feel like at the end of the day, though, he is more focused on making money and his creativity and watching that flourish in the way that he wants it to. I feel like somebody may want to work with him, collab with him. There may be an opportunity in that, music wise. Oh, okay. I knew this card was gonna come up. I'm a little nervous about this. Okay, so there's it's a lot of these ones. Okay, there's gonna be some conflict with a group of people, and I don't know if it has to do with these women. I don't know if it has to do with these women, but it's not like physical argument, like physical fight, but it's definitely like a lot of catty, like back and forth, like arguing between a couple of people. And honestly, I feel like he's not really fucking with none of them. I feel like could be women fighting over him, but he's really not fucking with none of them because, I feel like none of them are really that loyal. At the end of the day, none of them are really that loyal. And a lot of this shit is a distraction to him. And a lot of this shit is burdensome to him. Now, I knew this card was going to come out, and I don't know what these two mean. I really, 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 really don't. I don't know what these two mean, but I'm just going to show you what came out, the Death card and the Tower card. I mean, there's definitely going to be some endings coming up. There's definitely going to be some endings coming up. And there's definitely going to be some changes. Big changes. Big endings. Big changes. Major. Now, this death card, it could mean physical death. Or it could mean spiritual death. It could mean renewal. Something new. You know what I mean? And then the Tower card is always about change. Abrupt change. So I don't really know, and I don't really want to put that out there on nobody. But that's just what's coming up in the cards. So we just gonna leave that where it is. We just gonna leave that where it is. I feel like there's somebody around him that manipulates his emotions and his mind. You know, there's a lot of, like, there's these women. These women are really no good. And he kind of he knows better. I feel like none of these women are really good for him. None of these women are good for him. Okay, Spirit, give me 3 cards to close out this reading. Give me 3 cards to close out this reading about NBA Youngboy. Spirit, what else would you like to say about NBA Youngboy? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. All right, so we have the 4 of Swords, the Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Pentacles. Damn, these cards, this is really odd. So you have everything is fine in reverse, and you have this 10 of Swords. And honestly, I feel like to the public, he may make it seem like as if everything's okay, but it's really not at the end of the day. You know, he really does go through a lot of things mentally and emotionally, and it really, really does affect him. But he's at the point where he's conflicted. It's like he wants to heal from whatever it is he's going through. He wants to get past whatever he's going through, but it's almost like he is really trapped in all of this shit that he's got going on. It's a lot of shit that's really like running through his mind. You know what I mean? But at the same time, a lot of this shit is a point of creativity for him. It generates a lot of like ideas for him. And it's like he does pay attention, you know, what people think about him, what people say about him, what the media say about him, you know what I mean, what his family says about him, the people that, you know, he dates, what they say about him. Like, it does affect him, regardless if he puts on that persona that it does or doesn't. But he is really like, I want to say like stuck between a rock and a hard place, really. And I just feel like he's in a space where he can't really tolerate a whole lot. You know what I mean? It's like he really has to be surrounded by people who really care about him, who really support him, who really want to be there for him. Because this type of energy could be an energy that self-destructs, really. Okay, so I think before I said there was an opportunity that he might work with somebody. There's an opportunity here, but I don't think that this is going to be something that he's going to really want to work with. He may walk away from this person or walk away from this opportunity because it's not really worth it for him to work with this person. And I feel like this is something that he's already thought about. You know what I mean? And I don't know, this person might not really appreciate the fact that he is trying to move on and do his own thing. I feel like at some point, you know, he may... Okay. There is somebody manipulating his emotions, his feelings. You know what I mean? It's like you know, when you have a better judgment about things, you have a gut feeling and intuition about things and about people. It's like there's somebody who's like manipulating him that's close enough to be able to do that. You know what I mean? Only a person that really knows you can really do that. Can really get in your head and kind of like pull those strings and play with you. You know what I mean? For you to go against your better judgment. These two cards, this High Priestess and this Moon card, this is about people holding secrets. This is about having knowledge. This is about having intuition. This is about what's knowing behind this knowing what's behind this curtain without even looking behind it. This is like having eyes in the back of your head. You know what I mean? This is you see where this moon is? This moon is underneath her heel. You know what I mean? It's like none of this is unknown to him. Like he knows the truth of the bullshit that people try to pull on over him. But it's like this Magician card in reverse is a manipulator. And it's like there's someone who is able to manipulate his thoughts, his emotions. You know what I mean? And it's just like he needs to be in a space where he can really, you know, work through the shit that he got going on. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't get in a place where he can really work through his shit, no matter how creative he can be with his music, this could put him in a place where he really kind of self-destructs. This could put him in a place of this, where he really kind of self-destructs. You know what I mean? You know, the shit that he's going through is really not funny. And I see a lot of people, you know, kind of, you know, saying shit about him and talking about him and, you know, the makeup and stuff that he wears on his face and everything. But at the end of the day, this shit is not funny. It's not a game. And when you get yourself into a point like this where you feel like you're in a rock and a hard place, where you're trying to be a better person, you know what I mean, and trying to grow from your past mistakes and try to be, you know, who you really, really are deep down inside, and you're like having all these conflicting energies of the people that are supposed to support you, but, you know, really don't support you, really not there for you. They just there for the fucking ride. You know, you have family that's around you that's fake as hell. You know, you have the industry that's around you. You got people saying shit about you because you're in the public eye. You got legal issues going on. Like, that's a whole lot to be going on, like, in a person's life. And if you don't have a whole lot of people to really support you, to bring you up out of that, you're kind of on your own. Even though he has this mentor, you know, or this one person that he can really trust, you know, and he really talks to this person a lot. It's not about that person. It's about him. And if he can get himself out of this space and this place he's in. So I'm going to leave it there, y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this reading. Leave the comments below. Like, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all later.